Yes, yes. आगे आ जाइए आपको कुछ तो
all the participants who have come all across India and Eastern and officials for 5 days capacity building training program on quality control and standardization of ASU&H. Now, before we proceed, I would like to request Advisor Sir, Director Sir, and Dr. Verma Sir to kindly light the lamp and formally inaugurate the program.
वो माइक
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. It is my pleasure to welcome Advisor Sir. We are all grateful
कोई मोबाइल होगा
We are all grateful to him that he accepted our invitation, being preoccupied with his schedule. So, since 1998, Sir has worked in various positions as medical officer, senior medical officer, chief medical officer, and CGS. Sir is also head of doctor policy. Sir is also looking after working of lab, pharmacopoeia section, Lean India, Lean by India section, and external rural research. There is also supervising the working of PCIMH, Ayush-related work of MVP portal, and other insurance sectors and biodiversity board act and rules. Working as chairman of various committees formed by ministry. Committee of examining the representative of stakeholders regarding draft of new drugs, medical devices, and cosmetic bills 2022. Committee of review the existing schedule 1 books of drug and cosmetic at 1940. Expert committee to review existing provision of GMP for ASU&H drugs. Expert committee to review revise the schedule given under Rule 161 of drug and cosmetic. Task force for all class advanced standards. Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time for this program. We are delightful and blessed to have you, sir, as a chief guest. I would like to request our director, sir, to welcome sir by presenting him a small token of gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to welcome our director, sir, Dr. Raman Mohan Sir, under whose able guidance the program was constitutionalized, trained and designed to enlighten all of us. Sir has joined PCIMH on 1st November 2018. Before this, sir was director at CPPL Mumbai under CPSU, DGHS Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for about 7.5 years. Besides this, sir had additional charge as a director in charge of National Tobacco Testing Lab, Mumbai. Under National Tobacco Control Program, and additional in charge of Duty Assistant Director of Government Medical Store Department, Mumbai. Sir has more than 14 years of experience in CIPL, that is substantial pharmaceutical products. Sir has published more than 100 research papers on microdosing pharmaceuticals in international and national reputed journals. Presented more than 50 research papers in all different Indian Pharmacopoeia Congress and other scientific symposiums. Sir has written a chapter on pharmacopoeia evaluation of Phyllanthus species, international book on Phyllanthus species for Virginia Commonwealth University. Sir is also an expert member of many committee, awarded for the best research paper for excellence in development of IP 2007 in the field of pharmaceutical analysis. Now, I would like to request Dr. S.T. Verma, sir, Principal Scientific Officer, Chemistry, to welcome our director, sir, to present him. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, before I would like to request Director Sir for opening remarks. Before that, I would like to request all the esteemed audience present here to introduce themselves one by one.
Are you comfortable?
I'm trying to sit from Manipur. I'm working as a finance secretary.
You attended the program at Assam also? Guwahati? You attended that program?
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sneha Kamal, working as Assistant Chemist Drug Section, Pure Drugs Laboratory from Goa.
Good morning. Myself from Vishnu Gauri, working as Assistant Chemist, Goa.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Priyanka Shah, working as a Technical Officer in Food and Drug Control Administration, Gujarat.
Myself, Anand Mehta, I am working as a Technical Officer in Food and Drug Control Administration, Gujarat. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dev Sharma, working as a Technical Officer in the State Drug Testing Laboratory Section.
Scientific officer, microbiology, PCM.
Good morning. Myself, Dr. Shweta Mohan, Scientific Officer Chemistry, Assignment.
Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Subhash Singh Verma, Principal Scientific Officer Chemistry, PCM. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Kuldeep Singh, Scientific Assistant, Chemistry Department.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Nilima Singh, working as Research Assistant in Pharmacognosy Section, PCMA.
Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. R.K. Pawar, this is Assistant Chemistry, PCM.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Divya Kaushik, working as a consultant in Pharmacognosy Section. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Manish Pratap Singh, Pharmaceutical Assistant, PCM.
Namaskar, I am Dr. Nitin Rai, Scientific Officer, Power Prognosis. Please come.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Vedavati from Karnataka. I'm working as a guidance.
Good morning, Dr. Isha Toli, Divisional Drug Inspector, Kalburgi Region, Kannada.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Arun Kumar, Drug Inspector, Ayurveda, Karnataka, Bangalore Division.
Thank you all. Now, I would like to request Dr. Sir to speak about the PCIH and also the main idea behind the program, which is designed for the participants.
Good morning, everyone. Our today's chief guest, Dr. Kostuma Padhya, our advisor, Ayurveda in the Ministry of Ayush here, and here all the trainees and my staff here. Today, again, we are here because previously we have done two these type of training programs here. Every third month we are doing like this, and this is the third program in this year. And you know that in our this office we do not have any type of fund for these training programs, but still my staff wanted, and we started these training programs to all the Ayush people, including the inspectors, including the government analysts, and all that. And previously also more than 30 government analysts and drug inspectors and analysts of different laboratories as trained by these as a hands-on training. And we have done this training only in this room because it is more effective in spite of in our auditorium, because it is very difficult to interact with each other in the auditorium. So we already decided that we have done this type of training programs in this compact committee room, so that you can interact with each other. As you know that our speakers are very renowned persons from the our Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Government of Delhi also, in the field of regulatory also, in the field of testing also, so that you will know about the testing procedures, instrumentations, and also the regulatory procedures of the Ayush. Ayush means you know that maybe you are from Ayurveda, maybe you are from Siddha or Unani also, but this is the platform where you will get the knowledge of different streams of the Ayush, including the Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, and also the homeopathy. So I think that in coming days you will have a very good opportunity to be here for next 5 days, and that will help you to progress in your professions also. And also in coming days, we are trying from our advisors that we will get any project from our AGOSI scheme or any other schemes for training programs, so that every month we will do these type of training programs in coming days. Thank you very much. I welcome you all.
Thank you for sharing your information and there is a clear guidance and information for this guidance. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our chief guest advisor, Sir Dr. Padhya, to address the gathering and to share your expertise and experience so that we can all be benefited from your knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Director, Shri Raman Singh, our senior officers of PCIH, and all the drug inspectors and pathologists who have come from all parts of the country. The enforcement of Drug and Cosmetics Act depends on us. We are the persons who are responsible for enforcing the law. Central government is only role to make a law and rules for the country. It is the responsibility of state to implement that. And we are the pillars of state government who implement this act. So, for proper implementation, we should be trained enough. Our capacity building should be there. We should be updated, and courts and all authorities of the government or the machineries, they depend on your observation, your analysis, your testing and all. It's a very important job and you are all discharging this responsibility, and for that training is must, and PCIMH has a mandate for giving training for all the law enforcement agencies of the country in ASU&H. So I request you to utilize this opportunity and also carry on this knowledge and disseminate among your colleagues in the state who could not have joined this program, and see that the enforcement of law should be more vigorous and it should be uh, not on paper, it should be practically reflecting your work. So the results of your observations, your acts should be not depend on other things other than what is required. So that is what expectation from all of you from the government. So I hope you will utilize this opportunity well and enrich your knowledge and knowledge of your colleagues in the enforcement of learning. All the best.
Thank you for sharing your views, ideas. We will definitely achieve this. It will be benefited to all of us. Thank you, sir. Now we start with the lecture,
You conclude, yes, afterwards.
We are very much thankful to our advisors are also, because you know that today we have a meeting at 10 a.m. at Noida, and he is coming from from Noida also, and he accepted that before instead of 10 a.m. we will start the program at 9 a.m. and he is here on time. So we are sorry that we will not give much time to you, but whenever you needed any question, I am available here from tomorrow. And whatever event I wanted to attend it, all the lectures also, sir, every time and whenever also. Because we invited lectures from the outside also. So these are very fruitful for everyone, which in the case of regulatory, we didn't know many things. So we came to know 5 things. So thank you very much and all the best to all of you.
Let's all have a photograph.
Honor, please requesting to assemble here again for a photograph.
लेक्चर है यार मिनट्स का नहीं पता हाँ कर लिया रेणु आ भी होगी ऊपर
Today's topic is, I know everyone is knowing about this very well, but I would like to share something with you. So the topic is how to ensure and evaluate quality of raw material in ASU&H drugs. Raw drugs used in IU system, that it's plant origin, animal origin, mineral origin, and chemical or microbes, nosode and sarcodes. But major part is used in our raw material is the plant origin. So in this way, we can differentiate a plant origin drug in two parameters. That one is the organized and other one is the unorganized drugs. When we take the raw material as obtained from the cellular tissue and dried parts of the plants, like rhizome, barks, leaves, fruit, entire plants, hair, and fibers. Means if we take the raw material as such, uh, uh, cumulative form. So it comes under the organized drugs. But when we take the material by their secondary metabolism or by their different incision, drying, extraction, it's maybe latex, agar, gelatin, gum, resin, and their latex, all are comes under the unorganized drugs. So plant origin drug resources, basically for the production, we want the raw material and we can take the raw material from the cultivation or from the collection. The major source of the collection will be source or forest, etc. But nowadays, we are preferring cultivation for the commerce purposes. So the quality assurance, here we discussed about the good agriculture practices, because the good agricultural practices is a very important part of our standard procedure. And the definition of the gap is context. The medicinal plant is the cultivation program designed to ensure optimal yield in terms of both quality and quantity of any crop intended for the health purposes. Means if we want quality material or yielding in the perfect way, so we go through the good agriculture practices and their parameters. So in the good agriculture practices, these are the 4 points which included in this gap, that is the site selection, soil and climatic condition, seed and propagation of material, crops management for the cultivation. When we talk about the site selection, we should aware that what material we want and from where. In this condition, we have to ensure that our field area where we grow our material, it should be free from any kind of toxicity. It's far away from the roadside, from the hospitals, industries area, or any kind of the area which can affect our site. And the soil and climatic condition is very much important for the plant materials, because we know that each plant or every plant have their different type of the condition, and they want different type of soils and their climatic condition. So whenever we are going from the any standardization process, we have collect our raw material from the 3 to 5 zone collection. So it's also depend, because we are selecting the climatic system, because the climate affect the quality of the raw materials. So now the seed and propagation material, crop management or cultivation. When we talk about the cultivation after the site selection, we see that we can germinate our raw material from the seedling process, or some of the plant material we can grow with the help of propagation. In this, we can say that like ginger, aconitum, and or tinospora, these can be grow with the help of propagation, and others so many plants we can grow with the help of seedling. All ours comes in these parameters. Now the crop management and cultivation. During the procedure of site selection, seedling, the management system is very much important, that which type of soil, which type of condition, all should be systematic way to record, and time to time we have to ensure that there all the formalities we are recorded or not. So the crop management, we see that whenever we grow the sample, we should know that the fertilizer which are using, if we say that we are using organic farming, so we have to aware that we can't use any kind of the chemicals which can adulterate our procedure of the collections. So now the quality assurance by the GFCP means good field collection practices. In this context of the medicinal plant is the harvesting and post-harvest management useful for the stakeholder dealing with the harvesting, primary processing, drying, packaging, storage and transportation of the medicinal plant, produce of the wild origin and the cultivated medicinal plant species. That previously we discussed the good agriculture practices where we start with the cultivation to the growing of the plant material, but after that these are comes under the good field collection practices, and basically it's comes under the harvesting procedure, their washing and then drying procedure, and after then storage, and after all the process we have to transfer the material whoever required the raw materials. So these are the some points which comes under these parameters, that site selection, compilation and regulatory requirement, harvest collection management, post-harvest management, cleaning, packaging, storage, machinery and equipment used in different operations, documentation for the identification and traceability, training and monitoring, and workers' health, safety and welfare, record keeping and internal self-assessment, internal inspection. Now when we talk about during the collection, we should aware that what we want and what we want to collect for the production or for the analytical purposes. So the first parameter comes under this is the identification. During the collection process, we have a taxonomist person, a person is who is well known aware the plant identification, and for this we can take the help of the different type of the taxonomic books or monographs, where we know that the the plant material which we want to collect, that how is their appearance and what is their basic identification parameter which help in the identification of raw material. Now the harvest and collection management, this is the very much important because mostly when we collect the sample from the wild sources and huge amount, that time we are not aware that our work, whatever we are doing this process, which can be affect their environment and their species. So during this collection time, we have to aware that whenever we are collecting any rhizome, root or anything, we think about that if the plant is vegetative, uh, um, vegetative way can grow this plant, so we collect 80% plant, and remaining 21 we should be remain there, so that the next generation will can grow or will collect the sample from their sources. And after that, post harvest management comes after the collection. Basically we collect the samples at the proper time, that early morning or after second half, because in the if we collect the sample material in the afternoon or in the noon time, it's affect the climate of the raw materials, also the plant material, wherever we collected the materials also affected by the sunlights or different type of climatic problems. So the after the collection we comes the process of the washing and cleaning. We can see that washing and cleaning is the very much important part, because after the collection any kind of soils or any adulteration will be there, it's will be affect the standard procedure of the raw material. So the washing step by step procedure, one time or two time washing is needed for after the collection of raw material, and their drying after that drying procedure. Mostly the air dried we are preferring, but if the material is like bark or root or rhizome, they are thick. So in this condition we are using the artificial air drying procedure, and we have to aware that the temperature should be we have to maintain that it should be 30 to 35 degrees centigrade and not more than 50 degrees centigrade. And then packaging and storage. During the packaging we also have to aware that whatever the package material we are using, it's will be the organic or it's jute bags we are using, and it's free from any kind of the contamination. Single time uses packaging we have to use for the collection of the raw materials. And during the storage we also aware that their platforms should be away from the ground and away from the walls of the storage places. Now, after then this good agriculture practices and the collection and storage procedure, we comes under the quality assessment. This is our second step. This is the first step which start from the collection and cultivation, and then we comes from the comes under quality assessment. When we talk about the quality assessment, it comes under two parameters, that is the standards, and second one is the parameters. That standards it comes under the pharmacopoeia standard. Any pharmacopoeia which have the mandatory for the our regulatory parameters it comes under the standard. And parameter maybe they are in-house parameter which are we can use the for the standardization of the raw material. So the protocol sample analysis, here we basically follow these parameters mainly. This is the prime parameters for any kind of the standards, that will the identity, purity, strength, and other requirements. And whenever you see a monograph or format of monograph, you can see these are the parameters which are included in our pharmacopoeias and their monographs. That is the identity. When we talk about the identity, that macroscopy, microscopy, TLC, HPTLC is the major part for using for the identity. And for the purity, it comes under the foreign matter, total as acid insoluble, and then strength, alcohol soluble extractive, water soluble extractive, and assay. And other requirement is microbial or heavy metal, aflatoxin, pesticide. These are comes under other requirement. These topics may be include our upcoming sessions, other chemistry section parameters, that basically purity, strength, and other requirement, and HPTLC, TLC also. Being a botanist or being the pharmacognostic person, we are basically focused on the macroscopy and microscopy of the drugs. You see that whenever we start our work for the standardization procedure, we have to collect the raw material. We collect the raw material from the different type of climatic zone. Means 3 different zones we have collect the sample, and then we go with this. During the collection also we have to secure that their identity should be clear, and all the GPS and whatever the information which is the recorded or have to collect with the help of the herbarium set, with help the our collection procedure, we all are doing the same parameters for the identification. And after the collection we take the samples, and our parameters start from the here. In the monograph you also see that in the first paragraph you see that we given the that which we use the plant material, dried raw material or fresh raw material from collected, means it's found in this area, or there this is the tree, shrub, herb, in which category it comes, and what is their botanical name and what is their family. It all comes in this parameter. After then we see that their common name, their official names, all are comes in second position. But then after we see that their macroscopy, microscopy, and their powder study we are giving in our pharmacopoeia. So we include in our section, pharmacognosy section, we go through these parameters, that is the macro and micro. In the macroscopy we can see that the how it looks materials, and we are using organoleptic features also in macroscopic parameters, that it's help we can identify with the help of our sensor organs, that how is their texture, fracture, their color, their smell, their taste, all comes under the sensor organ. We are using our sensor organ for the touch, for the taste, for the their appearance. So it comes under the organoleptic parameters details. And then macroscopy, if we are using any leaf, like we are using just TC adatoda leaf or Lawsonia leaf, any kind of leaf. At that time we see that how is the leaf, entire leaf, and its petiolate or sessile, that how is their margin, it's entire, it's serrate, or which type of their margin, and any type of trichomes or any pubescent or any kind of the appearance is looking there, or what is their color. Basically, we are using the dried raw material. At that time, it's yellowish green or grayish green type of the color leaves after the drying process. So we have to write down that how is their appearance in this microscopy, and then we see that how is their texture. It's rough, smooth, and fracture. That it's sprintular, fibrous. We see scrumble, or then we see that how is their smell and taste the powder. At that time, we just keep the sample in the poly bag or whatever the container, and suddenly we open the container. We can smell that how is their smell, and how is with the help of tongue we can check that how is their taste. These all the parameters is comes under the macroscopic parameter, and when we assure that that parameter is okay, then we comes under the microscopic study. Here we are discussing about the leaf, so we can go through the leaf. In this parameter, we cut the section, TS section of the leaf. At the, if suppose this is the leaf, we cut the mid part of the leaf for the TS, and we see that how is their midrib and their cellular structure of the leaf. And basically, we can see that in the primary level, epidermal cells, that trichomes is a very much important character for the identification, because different types of the trichomes, unicellular or multicellular or stellate, or different kind of the structure is the trichomes we can see, which are help to identification of the any raw material and their cellular structure and their inclusion. That there will be any starch, any type of the crystals are available there, which will be help to identify the cellular structure identification character for the any raw materials. In this way, we can see the leaf structure, and we can see the we are using bark, stem, root, whatever is the raw material which are using for the development of the standard. So we go through the step by step all the section cutting material and their identification procedure, which is very much essential in this microscopic parameters. And we see that whenever we got the plant material, it's not the secure that it's we can get its entire form. Sometimes the raw material we get in the powder form. At that time, this is the very much difficult to identify that what is the raw material, because all the leaves after the crumbling or in the powder stage, it looks same. In this condition, the powder microscopy parameter is very much important. And I think we have Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia 665 nearly single drug monographs for identification of the raw material. So this is the we can say ki very essential or very cheap parameter, because for the instrumentation we required costly chemicals and other instrumentation. But this is the primary stage when we show the any raw material, authentic raw material with the record. First identification we got from there, and after any problems or any shortages will be there, then these parameters, macroscopy or microscopy identification is the correct procedure for the identification. When the drug is clearly identified in these parameters, maybe our procedure for the standardization or for the identification will be easy for upcoming the parameters. So now we talk about the quality specification, and these parameter we already talked that the quality specification may be the regulatory specification in standard pharmacopoeia, or it's may be non-regulatory parameters also comes under the quality specification. It's maybe monograph, any research publication, bibliographies, manual, or any Dravigun books, pharmacognosy books, any kind of the books which can help us to identify the raw material. With the help of this, we are bound for the legal testing or any type of the material which are received from. So we go with this. But when we try to identification any raw material for the research purpose or for the help of the student and their research The definition of pharmacopoeia, that pharmacopoeia is a collection of the monograph where minimum standard feasible under the given circumstances are drawn up subject to revision and scrutiny and will be mandatory to the ensure of the marketed product and to levy penalty for the failure to keep beyond the limits prescribed in them. The name is also has been applied to similar compendia issued by the private. Means a simple word, a pharmacopoeia is the collection of the monographs. So this is the Indian pharmacopoeia. The four pharmacopoeia which ASU&H system are that I use pharmacopoeia, Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia, Unani pharmacopoeia, Siddha pharmacopoeia, and homeopathy pharmacopoeia. And this one is the Indian pharmacopoeia. We are sometimes using these pharmacopoeias also for our identification purposes or regulatory purposes. Or I think in other country there were only I think only one pharmacopoeia, but we are reaching our I system and one for Indian pharmacopoeia for the allopathy system. Now we and then synonyms, that botanical synonyms, and regional languages 16 to 18 regional languages in Hindi, English, Tamil, Malayali, Odia, for the easy purpose to identification. And then description process comes, and this is included spectroscopy and powder study of the material, and then identity, purity, strength. These parameters comes that foreign matter, total as acid insoluble, ethanol soluble, extractive, water soluble, and then thin layer chromatography, constituents, properties, and action. It's part of the pathy system. And then karma, it's also comes under the pathy system. This is the summarized form of the monograph format. And we have the API first volume, a part 1, that is the 1 to 10th volume. We have Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia 1 to 10 volume, and especially for the single raw material, that is 665 monographs. And 7th and 10th volume is for mineral metals, that 21 and 2041 monographs included in this both pharmacopoeias. And fourth one is the part 8th, is basically for the extract. 16 monograph is there. And part 2 1 to 4 volumes, and there will be the SOP and their standard procedure, both are comes in the part 2. So these have 4 volumes and 202 monographs included in both. And one last time during the COVID time, we published for the Quath Churna purposes and all the system, that single monograph for the Quath, that is the Quath Churna. And others pharmacopoeia, Unani and Siddha also published a single monograph during that time. This is the Siddha Pharmacopoeia of India. The format is same, and it will be changed in the pathy system. It's their properties, action, and whatever the constituent and their formulation, it will be changed. Otherwise, the identification parameter 90% will be same. And then part 1 in the Siddha Pharmacopoeia, we have 2 volumes only, and this is the single drug monographs, 139 monographs in 1 to 2 volumes. In our next presentation, we will teach about, or we will know about the thoroughly about the pharmacopoeias. This is the Unani Pharmacopoeia of India. This format, their included titles is also same, except their pathy part. And we have the 1 to 7 volume of the Unani Pharmacopoeia, and single drugs monograph is 338. And part 2 we have 1 to 4 volumes, and formulation will be 200. This is the homeopathy pharmacopoeia of India. This is also same. Some of the parameters will be differ, and their way of presentation will be differ from the ASU. but most of the parameter is included in the basically in the pharmacognosy part. It's also macroscopy or macroscopy is included here. Nowadays we are working on the summarize the parameter under the HOS 1/1 standard monographs. So we will definitely get a similar format for the all pharmacopoeias. And we have 1 to 10 homeopathic pharmacopoeia, and there will be 1117 monographs of the single drugs. This is the Indian pharmacopoeia format, and there will be 117 herbal monograph of herbal products. These are the others pharmacopoeia, others countries pharmacopoeias. This is our, we have two macroscopy and microscopy atlas pharmacopoeia and two SPTLC pharmacopoeia. This is their formats. This is the TLC pharmacopoeia. It's basically part 1, volume 1, and whatever the 80 drugs which included in part 1, it's their pictorial format is present in this pharmacopoeia. So now we, after the collection, cultivation, harvesting, and identification, these are in our pharmacognosy section. It's a part of the reference part. Here we see the picture that owner is confused, and this servant is also confused that this eggs is belongs from where. In this type the confusion we also faced in our practical system or during the analysis process, because in plant material
For these, we have to know that how is the which type of the raw material we are collecting and what is their setup. In this, we have to go with the botanical reference material. And in this procedure, we have to follow all the parameters already I told that whenever we are doing the collection or during the cultivation time, we have to record all the details. And we have the recorded format for the all details. And after that we are doing that macro microscopy TLC and some basic parameters can be included in our optical reference certificate details, or like can say the those certificates. It comes under the reference detail procedure. Now development and maintenance of the particle reference material. This is the step that procurement of source material. It may be the wide, it may be the cultivated, and then protocol we can follow the in-house parameters of the pharmacopoeia parameter, which will be ASU any pharmacopoeia. We can take the help, and then sample analysis by the laboratory. In the laboratory, we have to analyze the samples. In our section, microbial and chemical parameters in the description and microbiological parameters. And then we will use the result, we compile the result and approved and certified by the competent authority, who is the competent authority to certify this, and then fertilization, labeling and seeding of the vials and ready for the distribution. Others except two last, others are the part of the testing, and then the sample we have to take the sample in the airtight container and vials. What is their amount? We have to clean the container after this for parameters, and these parameters should be combined and we can prepare the certificates for the raw materials. A simple like this labeling of the vials of the reference materials, it should be like that. That direction for the storage where we kept and name of the what is the raw materials name and our office log also be there. Whoever is preparing and their essay on the basis of address, their quantity and when we collected or packaging, it should comes under the labeling of the raw material. That is this is a small chart where we see the database of reference standard. It's maybe more or it's maybe less, but we have to 4 or 5 parameters for which is the necessary for any identification we have to done. Next. So here we can say that the golden ball is our BS raw material or reference material because then we know that we are growth for the quality medicine and we are working here for the IU system and for the beneficiary of the armed public. So we have to know that what is our duty and where we can serve the system. So when we do our work in a proper way, naturally we get the quality medicines. Writing gap or this type of NLPV, quality India, A2CI, quality control of India, these they are publishing their protocols. So we can go for this. It's maybe we are not a part of these parameters, but also and how we are connected with these parameters. So at least awareness is must for us. We have to know that where we are connecting, what we are connecting, and how it can and how to
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. I hope is that during the practical session, you will gain more knowledge. This is a theoretical part. In the afternoon, when you see the practical session, then you will be able to learn. Any queries will be there. You can ask future there.
We will meet in the lab after lunch. Then we will learn that how what is the parameter we are doing in our
Whatever she taught in this session, this will be the practical session. She will guide you. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I welcome all the just 3 participants who have just joined here. May I request them to introduce themselves. 3 of the participants, I think, just they have joined during the session only.
Network connection. Your Wi-Fi signal.
I am Dr. Isayani from Central Council for Research in the Function.
मैं आशा करता हूँ कि जो लेक्चर हम लोग को डिलीवर हो रहा है उसका पेन ड्राइव में हम लोग को मिल जाना चाहिए। ओके।
Good morning. I am Dr. Monica Chelvi, Research Officer Siddha, working in Siddha Medicinal Plants Garden, MEDO, under CCR, Central Council for Research in Siddha.
Good morning to all. I am Dr. T. Kavita, Research Officer, Siddha Central Research Institute, Chennai, under CCR.
Any query, any doubt, you can ask in this or
Two cubes चाहिए. Single cube. एक और.
One more announcement also for you. This training session is we are streaming live in our YouTube channel, the PCIM and H YouTube channel live. So you can share the link to your colleagues or friends also. So they can also interact with us through online.
So after this session, now I would like to request Dr. Galit. Dr. Galit is a PhD in taxonomy, and he has also done MBA in marketing and operations. And he's working in PCIM since 2005 in pharmacology section. And he has also worked in the National Medicine Card Board. The author of 3 books on medicine card, author of more than 60 research articles in quality control of medicine, taxonomy, and marketing of medicinal products. I would like to request Dr. Galit to deliver this lecture on quality control and quality assurance of medical products. So today's session is totally on pharmacology section. So we will discuss all these things on pharmacology. Then after lunch also it is a practical hands-on training on pharmacology section. That's about and we will do for the chemistry section. Third day is for microbiology. I have given the schedule also. So today we need to focus on the pharmacology section. So Dr. Galit.
Good morning to all of you. This is Dr. Lalit.
I will focus my lecture in three aspects. First, I will cover the marketing of medicine, why we are talking about the local drugs. Because all the ASU&H drugs, the major portion of the any drug is kept in the raw material. Because without genuine raw material, without quality raw material, you cannot produce the finished good. Now, secondly, I will focus on the quality, and third, I will focus on the quality control. Very first, I will just discuss about the. I will I will just share that this session should be interactive. You have to learn it. So I wish to learn something from your side. Very little knowledge I am having, I will share with you. So you should be some interactive kind of session. The types of compartment in the compartment, go your head. So it should be some interactive type of session. So what are the plant resources used in the drugs? Graphites, we are sharing around 15,000 species. Synthesis plants, farms, pteridophytes, we are sharing the 12,000 species. Gymnosperm, we are sharing this about 700 species. This farm, with 200 species. These are the shares of the herbs which are using as medicines. These are just some figures. I'm just sharing make some introductory slides with you. What are the ways we are using the medicine plants? There are three ways. First, directly, like Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, and food system of medicine. We are consuming medicine plants directly to cure the diseases. Like we are making children, we are in the food system of medicine, we are just writing the recipes to cure diseases. The second is the indirect way, the homeopathy and modern system of medicine. In homeopathy, we are making the mother tongue. We are making the alcoholic extract in 130. So these are the indirect way. And third is the food crops. We are consuming garlic, we are consuming coriander, we are consuming methi, we are consuming tulsi, we are eating. So there are three ways we are consuming medicine plants as it were. Now, what are the breakup of medicine plants? Most of the share we are using roots 30%. Pertaining to drugs, we use 6%, whole plant we are consuming 16%, we are consuming flowers 10%. So these are basically the share of part of the plants used in the drugs. So you can say maximum parts we are using the 30% root. So you can see we are using roots for the preparation of drugs, and root is the basic, you can say the fundamental part of the plant. If we will cut the root, if we will not use, if we will not extract the sustainability root of any plants, we are killing the root. You can say 30% plants are consuming, plants are sharing roots in the drugs. So these are just some documented slides about this only we are marking 18,000 and 1800 we are accepted them. These are just purchasing, they are accepted doing agronomic. These are just showing some figures, some historical figures where we are accepted the compound from the plants. What are the segmentation of the Indian herbal market? Not only Ayurveda, Siddha, and Unani sector is consuming the plants, but you can see here the proprietary and ethical OTC medicines are also sharing the herbs. Herbal cosmetic is the major share nowadays. We are sharing they are using the herbs as a drug, as a raw material. Then herbal tea. You can see so many herbal trees are coming, chamomile tea, ginger tea, tulsi tea. So they are also using the herbs. Food and nutraceuticals. Nowadays you can see the glucose tea with tulsi leaves, glucose tea with ashwagandha, glucose tea with some mule tea. So they are also consuming the herbs as a foods. Now extract and phytochemicals, these are also the great shares now. Industries are using the extract in the preparing of their drugs. Then flowers and fragrance, this is also the very good share aromatic crops are in this category. Then aromatic and aromatherapy. Then spices also we are sharing, these are also the herbs, coriander. So you can see there are various ways. These are the segmentation of Indian herbal market where we are sharing, where we are using the herbs, not only for the preparation of the drugs, but also preparing the herbal cosmetics, preparing the foods, preparing the herbal teas. These are the global demand of medicine. As the WHO herbal industry is expected to reach 5 trillion in 2050. The global market growth of industry is expected by 7% per annum from year 2000 to 2050. So I just got a few data just right now when I was having the tea, just 5 minutes before the Google. So I just got three data. I will share with you these three data. First data is the global wellness industry is now worth over $4.5 trillion. The global wellness industry is now worth over $4.5 trillion and Ayurveda is one of the ones. These are the global figures and now Ayurvedic products market size is Indian rupees 626 billion in 2022 and is expected to reach 1,824 billion by 2022. So you can see the herbal market, the Ayurvedic sector is growing really rapidly and the growth is expected 19.3%. 2022 to 2020. And IL sector in India reported 1,85,000 crore in 2022. This is actually the market scenario of the herbal the Ayurvedic sectors. Not only I will say Ayurveda sector. So we are growing very rapidly. It is now I will show you the supply chain. Now here Ayurvedic manufacturers are getting the raw drugs. Because actually I was working in the national medicine control with acquisition 4 years, so I was there the marketing related issues. So all the studies I was conducted there with the help of ICFR. So you can see this is the supply chain. The supply chain basically starts from two sources. First is the forest sources and second is the cultivated sources. So you can see here this top is the forest sources. The plant comes to the white collectors, then it goes to the mediator level 1, rural level, then it goes to the mediator level 2, district level. Then from there it goes directly to the half supplier. Either it goes to the herbal mandi or the local market. Then local market, if you will see, it comes to the domestic union. Domestic union you and me. We are getting so many things in the UP. Assuming that we charge the now we are weight will be the weight control. सर्वगंधा इतनी गुप्ताओं को आपको ब्लड प्रेशर कंट्रोल होता है so many things nowadays compartment in the duty आपको बोले जा रहे हैं तो ऐसे लोग मैं क्या करता हूँ I just go to the local pansari shop and buy the ashwagandha leaf buy the sarvagandha leaf I am consuming this so now domestic users are also using the medicine now from the house mainly this is going to the manufacturers using of the herbal product. Now from there, domestic market and overseas market. So you can see at the mediator level to hub supplier and semi processing units. These are the extracted units. Then goes to the overseas market. In the cultivated sources, you can see cultivated direct buying to the manufacturers if they are with the contract farming. Now hub supplier, then semi processing unit, either hub supplier to the manufacturer. So you can see this is very complex type of supply chain. This is like a spider web. आपको कहीं पे भी कोई भी फ्लो डायग्राम प्रॉपर नहीं दिख रहा होगा इससे उधर दिया है so I also give the color of this part the gray because this is totally the gray area. Raw drugs top supplier manufacturers and content से पहले जितना भी supply chain है of the gray कहीं कोई भी regulations या regulations हैं but they are not proper functioning. Yeah, I will come to that direction. Now I will just tell them what is the price menu. कैसे white collection से वो जाता है आपके manufacturers तक. Suppose in the case of white collection, the collectors is getting only 200 to 300 rupees as a daily basis. उसको हम सब पहले बोल देते हैं कि just go to the forest and collect this plant. So they are collecting a plant and also adding C plant या B plant. उसको नहीं पता because he is not a technical person. उसको just एक sample दिया गया है. This type of flower you have to collect. So daily 200 या 300 rupees you will get. गया forest में वहाँ पे pink color का flower से collect करना. So many all the pink flowers growing in the forest they are collected as a plant cake. So now these goes to the team leader, salary based local traders. These are the salary based local traders. Now this goes to the local trader. यहाँ से we are adding the cost. The collection cost 8 rupees. Now for this department की थोड़ी royalties they are giving 2 rupees. Then add then secondary expenditures, bag, drying, etc. 1 rupees. Margin 85 to 100 rupees. You can see the final price goes in the local trader 10 rupees. Then it goes to the district traders. They are also added some things, CST, VAT and all these things. Now is 3 rupees 70 rupees, 3,170 rupees they added. Then stockist, then wholesaler, then commission agent to suppliers. Now finally you can see here the 8 rupees cost. After interesting, this is goes to 38 to 70 rupees. This is the example of the web-based arista, and this is the example of the Himachal Pradesh meeting. So this is the oil collection, how the price managed by the top suppliers and all the traders. Now we will talk about the recognition solutions. This is quite fancy controlled supply chain. Cultivators offering 500 rupees. Collectors added 100 rupees now. Then stockist added 61 rupees. Now wholesaler added 84 rupees. Commission agent added 7 rupees. Supplier added 172 rupees. Now the 500 to basic prices goes to the 934. So these are the case studies. When I was in the India, so we conducted this type of studies. So this is the example of the Reokia segment. 500 का farmers को मिल रहा था, तो जाते जाते 900 something का price चला. These are the true fact. These are the factual figures. That's why I'm telling you the supply chain is totally great. Now these are some figures. The annual turnover of the harvest industry. The annual turnover of the harvest industry is 24. Basically, we have conducted 2 studies. When I was in the 2005-6, we have conducted 1 study. Then after 10 years, we have conducted second study, 2014 and 15. So you can see in the 2005 and 6, the turnover of the harvest industry was 8,800 crore. Now after 10 years, it goes to the 20,000 crore. So you can see the growth is, the bar is always going up. What are the demands of the medicine plants? So you can see about 2,500 species are used in the 45 system of medicine. 45 system of medicine I am just studying the Ayurveda, Siddha, Yunani, Sovarika, homeopathy and modern system of medicine. So you can see 1,500 species are used in the Ayurveda system of medicine. 1,100 species are used in the Siddha system of medicine, Yunani 500, Sovarika 253 species, and homeopathy 400 around species. And Western system of medicine, around 100 species they are using. So basically, this is the demand of medicine. Who are demanding the medicine plants? They are demanding the medicine plants. ये लोग डिमांड कर रहे हैं मेडिसिन प्लांट्स. इसके अलावा अभी जो सेगमेंटेशन स्टार्ट हुआ है, food industries are also demanding medicinal plants. Aroma industries also demanding medicinal plants. Nutraceutical industries also demanding medicinal plants. Cosmetic industries are also demanding medicinal plants. So the figure will go up. ये ऊपर जाएगा. But I'm just telling you for the in medicinal sectors, these are the demand of medicinal plants. So now what are the growth trends of the सिरपा की स्टडी हमने 2099 में 200 में करी थी. So the demand that was 2 lakh something metric ton was the demand during the 1990 and 2000. This goes up around 3 lakh metric ton in 2005-6. Now 5 lakh metric ton in 2014. So demand is also good. तो कहीं भी आप नहीं देख रहे कि डिमांड कम हो रही है, it's going up. और आप देखो तो एक पूरा ट्रेन जो है वो सीधी लाइन ऊपर जा रही है, कहीं ट्रेन zigzag भी नहीं होगा, it goes directly to the upper trend में ये सब कुछ है. फाइव % पर ईयर के हिसाब से ये ग्रोथ होगी मेडिसिन. It will talk about in the yearly growth. 2005 में हमारी डिमांड कितनी थी और 2014-15 में हमारी डिमांड कितनी थी. तो we can say 5% per over the last decades the demand grow. I'm just telling you one thing, you are working in quality control and all on the road, right? So you are thinking आपको लग रहा है कि इतनी सारी जब डिमांड है तो raw material is available. क्या raw material available डिमांड को कैटर करने के लिए सप्लाई करने के लिए. क्योंकि आप लोग तो फील्ड में जाते हो, you are interacted with the industry people also, या you are doing the quality control related aspects. So do you think industry is, the demand of industry is fulfilling, नहीं fulfilling? तो कहाँ से सप्लाई आ रही है, कहाँ आ रही है? This is the demand part. This is a great demand. I think अब इसको हम वैल्यूज में लेके जाते हैं. 2014-15 पे जो टोटल कमर्शियल डिमांड ऑफ हर्बल प्रोडक्ट इन द कंट्री फॉर द ईयर 2014-15 हैज बीन एस्टिमेटेड 5 lakh metric ton. The estimated export of the herbal product including extract has been estimated 1 lakh metric ton. इसकी वैल्यू है 3,000 crore. This is the extract value. यहाँ से extract होगा. Now, what is the domestic herbal industry demand? 1 lakh metric ton के around है, around 2,000 crore के लगभग इसकी value है. Value is in monetary terms. Now, जो rural households are also contributing. I was just told you they are also buying products from the local house supplier for daily uses. So this is also showing a great demand. You can see 1,67,000 metric ton are consuming the rural household. This is also the value is 400 something crore. These are basically the demand and their monetary value. Now, if we talk about the growth trends, you can see ये इसको थोड़ा सा उसको क्लोज नहीं कर सकते.
हाँ कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. ठीक है.
You can say the estimated consumption by domestic herbal industry by growth 1,77 metric ton 2004 to 1,95,000. Export volume was also growing 11% per annum rate. Herbal domestic industry is also growing. You can see these are the bar. I'm just showing you the bar because I don't think the figures are better to use. I'm just showing you the trend of the demand, how the industry is growing. If industry is growing like this, so responsibilities are on your and our shoulders. आपको हमारे अंदर जब जिम्मेदारी आ जाती है, क्यों आ जाती है? Because we are the pillars who are controlling the quality. क्योंकि डिमांड बढ़ रही है, डिमांड में कमी है. डिमांड कम होती तो you can say कि चलो जो इतना चलता है. So demand is growing very rapidly. Even not only the domestic demand, but overseas demand is also growing. तो वहाँ के लिए भी आप हमारे बंदों की बात, because products we are making here goes to the overseas region. Now I will tell you about the export. The export of here now because the manufacturing, the product का manufacturing here they are exporting there. तो quality हम यहीं पे final कर रहे हैं इसमें. उसी में हम लोग वहाँ पे export कर रहे हैं. You can see also the export is also growing. 2005-06 it was 134 metric ton. 2014 11% की growth से export is also. No doubt we are also importing things. Actually, ये जो पहले export ही है. We are also importing the hub. Basically क्या होता है कुछ hubs जैसे glycer amuleti. We are importing it. हम लोग इसको यहाँ से नहीं जो manufacturer they are importing. वो हम लोग 12 countries से यहाँ से हम लोग मंगाते हैं. We are also importing drugs. Now I will tell you about the supply. Supply का ratio क्या है? The study reported that 242 plants are reported as a highly traded plants. ये 2042 2011 plants they are using the commercially 2011 plants they are using. But the highly traded plants हैं, these are the 242 plants. Now you can see forest sources से 114 plant species are in westland से 56 species are in cultivation sources से 54 species are in. This is 1/4 here you can see. And imports we are importing 15 species out of these 242 plant species. So you can see 72% of the species of high demand, highly traded medicine plants they are sourcing from the white sources. White sources का means वही है कि अब सप्लायर ने ट्रेडर को बोला, ट्रेडर ने दूसरे ट्रेडर को बोला, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल में रूरल लेवल के ट्रेडर को बोला, रूरल लेवल ने फार्मर को दिखाया, कलेक्टर को कि आई वांट दिस सी टाइप ऑफ प्लांट जिसका पिंक फ्लावर है. अब उस पिंक फ्लावर से बिकॉज़ दे आर इनको नहीं पता हाउ टू वो गया फॉरेस्ट में सुबह से शाम तक उसे पता है उसे दिहाड़ी मिलनी है मतलब डेली बेसिस मिलनी है. All the pink flowers growing in the forest, they have correct. ये नहीं देखा कि is he doing the sustainable collection or not? Because आपको उसमें उतार दिया यहाँ से. Then next year कहाँ जाएगा? अब जब पिंक कलर का flowers ने किया जो नीचे का डेटा से they are not asking to give me the fresh. They are asking to उसको dry कर मुझे देना. Now, green leaf है XYZ की, if it will dry, it will looks like green. ऐसा नहीं उसको क्या करते leaf of XYZ after drying looks like the green. वो आपको green दिखाई देगी. So now no one can differentiate. Morphologically कि इसमें XYZ कितना है, X कितना है, YZ कितना है. So you can say 72% species are coming from the white sources. Why I am showing you this because basically these are some you can say gray area है अपनी figures नहीं हम सब sources तो ये white से आ रहा है. These are the now if we be talking about the supply 2005-06 में 20% plants raw hog coming from cultivation sources but during 14-15 there increase 40% now coming from that cultivation sources. So we will say thanks to National Medicinal Plant Board and other agencies they are supporting the cultivations because if we will cultivate the plants the manufacturers will get the quality and genuine product without any cultivation. So cultivation में there are very rare chances to the academic. How many issues are there? I will tell you about the issues that are there. You can say that one major medicine plant species Isabol coming from the cultivation, Ina coming from the cultivation, Sena coming from the cultivation, Mantha, Tulsi, Ashwagandha, Aloe, Pipli and Pipli Moon, Bush, Artemisia, Vetiver. Now these are coming from the cultivation. So cultivation is also these are the top 7 traded medicines. Acacia, Isabul, Cantaro, Acacia, Central, Gum, Arabic, Sena, Dora, Aloe vera, Calendula indica, Sena, and Terminal. So you can see Plantago coming from the cultivation, Acacia, Gum, Arabic coming from the import sources, Sena, Dora coming from the white sources, And these are the demand. You can see that these are the demand, metric tons. These are the top 7 traded medicine plants. Terminalia cellula coming from the forest, either from the buildings. These are the top 7 plants which are using by the industry. These are the plants which are coming from the cultivation, only from the cultivation. Planta, Aloe, Sena, Miranda, Python, Tulsi, and Masa. So you can say most of these are supplied to the traders. Now the conclusion of this study is that the most of the plant supplied to the traders. Neither manufacturers are buying a source this plant directly from the cultivator. कहीं ना कहीं supply chain में they are adding some mediator type of either traders हैं, local traders हैं, either wholesalers हैं. So manufacturers are not directly dealing with the farmer. Food industries में now अभी example are Lay's, chips, potato, so Lay's and Pepsi and potato के साथ contract farming start किया है. So in Ayurveda से the Unani, it's not doing the cultivation, not doing the contract farming. In यहाँ पे कहीं भी contract farming नहीं है. Many times these are substitute alternatives. क्योंकि obviously forest से आ रहा है. बहुत basic सा example है in black pepper they are adding the seeds of papaya. This is very common. Yeah, also in the case. Even in industry they are not using the clove. They are using the petiole of the clove, the stem of the clove. They are not using the clove. So this is traditional drug manufacturers do not have quality control के traditional drug manufacturers के पास अभी proper mechanism नहीं, because if you will see in the ASU drug industries, there are 5 and 6 are the major players who are sharing the 80% market share of the Indian market. I will not tell the name of their but you can see 80% are the major manufacturers. Rest of the 20% are the small micro manufacturers. They are also making the product. आप देखते हो तो OTC products आते हैं, aloe vera juice, giveaway juice. They are making some bullets and yeah some burra type of they are making. वो भी है, but they don't have the such type of quality control techniques. Because it's sophisticated SPQC institutes simply वो लोग ट्रेडर से ले रहे हैं then जूस बनाते हैं bottling है प्रोडक्ट करते हैं और सुबह बहुत से लोग बोल रहे हैं आपकी टीम में एलोवेरा का जूस पियो गिलोय का जूस पियो इम्यूनिटी बढ़ेगी यूट्यूब में आप सर्च करते हो so many knowledgeable people are telling कि आप सुबह आंवले का जूस पी लो आपके पान काले होंगे आप जो है एलोवेरा का जूस पियो आपकी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ जाएगी तो वो सब आपके जो कंपार्टमेंट हो रहा है देन गोइंग टू द मेडिकल शॉप आप जा रहे हो वहां पे काउंटर पे रखा हुआ है ग्लोबल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स का बना हुआ एलोवेरा का नहीं भाई अपने मन जाए इसको खरीदनी है तो what are the problems? Food herbal materials receiving manufacturers practices in the bulk because manufacturers they are getting in the bulk form. Small pieces of roots, of the rhizomes, or loose powder of the leaves, of the flowers, small pieces of the bark. So वहाँ पे कोई भी आपको बिल्कुल organized form में नहीं they are buying in the bulk में they are in the trust. Every lot of food material is not necessarily homogeneous. This is also the problem. Material may be from different reasons. Suppose if I will talk about the good TPQ rice crude, they are coming from Uttarakhand, they are coming from the Himachal, they are coming from the Jammu Kashmir. तीन sources से आया यहाँ पे एक supplier उसके पास आता है. So this is not coming from the same sources, they are coming from the different sources. Then taxonomical identification limited to fresh material because they are not providing the material in the fresh form, so you cannot identify what was the how we can identify it now. Based on the enforcement characteristics. So they do
not getting any single piece of farming. Pharmaceutical regulation are also taking care of these type of material. Chemical method identity is not always available in all plant material. This is also the challenge. Quality control standards for all the plant material are also not available. So these are also the challenges. Mostly manufacturers, what are they are doing? They are having only one criteria for the accepted any product. There is no normal. They are saying the bulk में आता है किसी को नाटे या उनको चबा लिया या उनको पंजे टेस्ट कर रहा है. It means कि this is globe. They don't know this is globe or stem of globe या petiole of globe. These are the problems in the herbal medicine. Identification of raw material is also a problem. Adulteration and substitution is also a problem. Scientific validation is also a problem. If we will say about the adulteration and substitute, mixtures हो जाता है. कभी कभी इंटेंशनली मिक्सचर होता है, कभी कभी नॉन इंटेंशनली मिक्सचर होता है. जो white collectors है, they are non intentionally mixture because they don't know about the how to collect, which part pink to collect, what is the season to collect. उसको तो pink दिखा, they have collected all pink. उसको green दिखा, they have collected all green. So these are basically unintentional adulteration. Common vernacular. If we will, because क्या होता है, आप supplier के पास नीचे से stockist आता है, they will ask कि मेरे को कुछ एक plant है, this is Caesarea process कुछ नाम है उसका, मेरे को collector कुछ मेरे को 500 cases कुछ चाहिए. तो उस एरिया में कुछ मेरी found some different plant कुछ हो सकता है वहाँ पे दूसरे plant को बोल देंगे. तो they collected to different कुछ जो भी ट्रेड में कुछ होगा, but हो सकता है उसके local एरिया में कुछ तो दूसरा plant हो. But after trying all foods are same. So intentionally we have suppliers are doing the adulteration. In case of Asuka, they are providing the Corinthian Omnipodia for Globe, they are also doing cardamom, they are also doing. If you will see, पहले जब हम लोग खाना खाने के बाद सौंफ खाते थे, हम लोग हमारे घर पे लेके आते थे, बिल्कुल डार्क ब्लैक कलर का होता था और उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा कंटेंट वाला टेस्ट होता था. But अभी आपको they will never get that type of quality because they are extracted the oil. वो पहले से oil निकालते हैं, then उसको dry करते हैं, then आपको दें. So all the spices you are consuming, you are getting after extracted the oil. And मुझे याद है बहुत पहले जब हम लोग गाँव खाते थे, गाँव पे होता था तो grandmother saying you just keep a clove on your teeth, after the teeth हो जाता है. तो लोग खाते ही तो पूरा उसमें जाता है, ना समझने के. अगर आप लोग खाएंगे तो एक तो कलर आपको उसमें फेडेड मिलता है, because traders ने क्या किया, they are extracted the oil. Steam distillation से extract किया, सुखा दिया मतलब industry को दी. Now exhausted products हैं, similar looking plants हैं, चिरायता के बदले रतन जूट यूज होता है, and then saffron में सब बता देते हैं adulteration होता है. These are the basic problems of adulteration. Some is the enhancement and some are the unintentional. Industry getting 80% of products manufacturers are procured from the source, right sources, no information about the place and date of collection, no information about the condition of storage after collection, no information about the maturity of raw material. The raw material may be adulterated. अभी क्या होता है, I'm just giving you one example. Suppose as a manufacturers, you just call to the traders. I need 1 ton of equalizer to work. Traders convey this to the local trader convey this to the village trader convey this to the collector. So they have collected. So 80% में 20% adulteration to collector से आता है because they have collected They provide the people who have other rules also. Then now it comes to the local data, district level data. They have bagged in the उसने क्या किया आटे का पूरा आटे का बैग्स को उल्टा किया ऐसे झाड़ा उसके अंदर भर दिया उसने सीमेंट के बैग को ऐसे झाड़ा उसके अंदर भर दिया ठीक है now this is the bag now they put it these bags in the transport जहाँ पे टमाटर tomato या other vegetables are also going in the same truck the bag of the medicine plant is also going in the same truck यहाँ से जाना था साउथ में 4 days की जर्नी थी रास्ते में उसमें टमाटर सड़ गए कंटामिनेशन कम इधर आपको मेडिसिन हुआ वाले बैग की कंटामिनेशन जब आपने फिनिश प्रोडक्ट बनाया इससे कंटामिनेशन कम होता है these are basically the so that's why I'm telling you this is the way but we have so many solutions to go for solutions and we have to no but other advantages of the dedicated collections purity of the species adaptation very rare chances of the adaptation because they are getting the proper seed they're cultivating the proper crop they're harvesting the proper crop so very rare chances of the adaptation adequate control on the post-harvest collection running in students. If the farmer is well educated, he knows about the sound knowledge about the chemical cultivation. So what he will do? He knows what is the proper time of harvest, what is the proper technique of the drying, what is the proper technique of the storing, what is the proper technique of the packaging, what is the proper technique of the transportation. Even they can also improve the drug quality. They can use the genetically modified seed. They also regulate and monitoring the cultivation process, supply process, harvest process, everything is also monitoring in the process of cultivation. What are the limitations? I am just telling you now the technical seed is a major limitation in the cultivation because we are cultivating the traditional crop. हमें पता है हमें गेहूं बोना है, बाजरा बोना है, क्या cultivating since so long. उसके farmers के father ने उसको बताया ऐसे grow करना है, he knows. But these are the medicinal crops. इसमें आपको you have to be focus. किस time पे आपको बोना है, किस time पे आपको harvest करना है. So they don't have that type of sound technical knowledge. So technical skill they are not having. Expensive is also because we are not getting the seeds of medicine plant, we are not getting the raw material, we are not getting the sampling of the medicine plant. So this is also the big challenge. High collection में resource from the forest, waste land से करते हैं, abundantly available, economically है, collection by the untrained person इसके लिए technical person के लिए uncontrolled drying है, storage improper है, difficulty to access several times. So these are the right collections here. What are the disadvantages? Most of the adaptations related species का adventure है. Environmental harm तो हम कर ही रहे हैं, but we are not even thinking about this thing. तो हम लोगों के लिए जो बड़ी कलेक्टर है वो तो इस बारे में कभी सोचता ही नहीं कि they are doing the medicine plant under the rare and endangered category. जो किसी plant को जब collect कर रहा है तो they are not following the sustainable cultivation process. So they are making any species under the endangered and rare category. Now I will come between the quality aspect. Quality is the guarantee of a product for its acceptability to consumer and regulatory authorities. Quality can be defined as the sum total of all factors which contribute directly or indirectly to the safety, efficacy and acceptability of the product. Because अभी हम लोगों ने देखी challenges क्या हैं किसी भी raw material they are not getting the raw material properly, they are not getting the genuine raw material. But being a quality person, you have to focus on the quality. हमको quality control करनी है. So this is the prime responsibility. If I will tell about 80s, yeah, 70s के time की बात करूँ, that time quantity was the more focusable area of the management. They are only focused on the quantity. They are they are focused on the quantity. Now the concept is slightly changed. Now we have to focus on the quality, not quantity. If मेरी quantity बहुत अच्छी है, quality नहीं है तो you will lose the customer. You will not have the customer. So who are the examiners of the quality? First examiner is a manufacturer, in-house quality, government agencies like you and me, and the major examiner of the quality is the customer. When we was doing the MBA, तो हमारे टीचर बोलता था customer का मतलब होता है कष्ट से मार. उसको तो मतलब कष्ट से ही होना है. जैसा कि प्रोडक्ट पैसे भी खर्च कर रहा है, प्रोडक्ट भी अगर सब स्टैंडर्ड आ रहा है, तो इसे yeah. So the major examiner of the quality is the customer. Why I am telling about this? Because in-house they can go because the substandard to be masters. Government agencies like you and me, कहीं पे हमारे leaders हो सकते हैं. But the major examiner of the customer, why I am telling you, because suppose I will buy this product. When it's so useful, next time I will never buy. It will be the substandard. खरीदूंगा ही नहीं. And it will be सस्ता मुझे नहीं. Because I am when किसी भी प्रोडक्ट की वर्क को अपनी मनी के ऊपर एग्जाम नहीं. Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincerity, effort, intelligent direction, and skillful execution. It represents the wise choice of many individuals. There was a very good quality master. He was always telling me quality to free. Quality is strategy. If you want to focus on the quality, you don't need to anything. Free. They are only telling me the quality के लिए तो इतना efforts करना पड़ता है. You have to do so many efforts to maintain the quality. But he is telling the quality के लिए कुछ नहीं करना. You don't do anything to the quality. Quality is measured by the cost of quality, which is the expenses of non-conformance, the cost of doing things wrong. जो आप चीजें गलत कर रहे हैं ना, उसी को नहीं करो. It is quality. आपको जो प्रोडक्ट आएगा, it is the best quality. Quality is free. Quality के लिए तो आपको पैसा ही खर्च नहीं करना. Now, यहाँ पे cost of quality का we will discuss. तो हम cost quality की basically होती है. जो cost of quality is direct cost. Not doing things right first time. If I will not buy a proper raw material from the trader, it means कि मैं ही अपनी quality खराब कर. मेरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस में डिफेक्ट्स हैं. मेरा जो स्टोरेज प्रैक्टिसेस हैं, वहाँ पे प्रॉपर ह्यूमिडिटी या प्रॉपर मॉइस्चर कंट्रोल नहीं है. तो इट मींस कि आई एम डिटोरिएट माय क्वालिटी माय सेल्फ. मैं अपने लेबर को जो ये बैठे हुए लोग हैं, दे आर नॉट वेल एजुकेटेड. मैंने अच्छे एजुकेटेड लोगों को हायर नहीं किया. दे आर आल्सो डिटोरिएट माय क्वालिटी. So this is the direct cost. If I will do everything in the proper manner, so my direct cost will be the zero. मैं सब स्टैंडर्ड मटेरियल भी 80 रुपीस का ले रहा हूँ. अगर बेस्ट मटेरियल भी मुझे अगर मिल रहा है रिसोर्सेज में 80 रुपीस का, तो हमारी कॉस्ट बढ़ गई. Now indirect cost. प्रोडक्शन में अगर मेरा डिफेक्ट है, मैंने जो है सब स्टैंडर्ड मशीन्स लगाई जो कि मेरे प्रोडक्ट को डिफेक्ट कर देंगे. या टाइम की प्रोडक्शन नहीं हो रहा है मेरा, मशीन खराब है, मैंने सब स्टैंडर्ड मशीन्स ली हैं. So these are comes under the indirect. Now the major cost is cost due to the loss of customer. This is the major cost. आप इतना भी अगर अच्छा ऊपर चीजों में पैसा लगा लें, if your product is not as per the quality as per the requirement of the consumer, so they will never buy you. I mean nowadays you can see the Tower is making photographs with some network flavor, with some chocolate flavor. They are focusing on the consumer, but I will not discuss on the. So these are the costs due to the loss of customer. These are the three major costs of the quality. So non-conformance things if you will avoid. So this is we are maintaining the quality. So basically, we is telling that the quality is free. It means कि we is telling that the quality की जो पैसे नहीं देना. Everything you have to do in the right manner. we will get the product in the quality insurance. Now I will just slightly come here from the quality control to the quality assurance. Now I am talking about the quality assurance. Basically, what is the quality assurance? As per the ISO, part of the quality management focus on the providing confidence that quality requirements will be fulfilled. Quality assurance relates to the set of plant activities within the product manufacturing process to ensure the safety and the quality of the product. Now, when I talk about the quality control, this is the part of the quality management focused on the fulfilling quality requirement. दोनों में differences क्या है? I will tell you the next. You can see. Basically, QA is a set of activities for ensuring quality in the process by which products are developed. In quality assurance, we are talking about the phase 1 से लेकर phase last तक की मेरी जितनी भी process है, it should be proper and as per the my SOPs.
As per the science.
But here, if I will tell about the QC, in the set of activities for ensuring the products, we are only focusing here on the product. QC में I am only focusing on the product. मेरा जो product है वो best होना चाहिए. वो मेरा product as per standard होना चाहिए. QC aim to prevent defect with a focus on the process used to make the product. Basically, मोटा if I will tell you about the QA is focusing on the process. QC is focusing on the product. You just tell me what is the most important product or process? Process is most important because the product is a part of the process. If the process is not as per the quality, you will never get the product as per the quality. So you have to always focus on the Q, not the QC. QC is the process oriented. You can see here, and QC is the product oriented. You can see here. Basically QC हम लोग क्या करते हैं? किसी भी कंपनी में एक QC मैनेजर होता है और टीम टू उसके पास एक फिनिश प्रोडक्ट आ जाता है. We will examine as per the standards. स्टैंडर्ड मेरा कितना है, कितने में मिल रहा है, इस पास कितने में मिलूंगा तो मैं बोलता हूं अभी मेरे पास. तो QC is the inspection, testing or checking something, service or product to make sure is it okay or not. QA is the process for the document. It is aimed to preventive non-conformity or defects. तो मेरे अंदर defects ही नहीं होंगे मेरी process में, तो my product is always be the quality as well. So you can see here what is the difference. Quality is not by destroying everything. मेरा product as per quality नहीं आया, I am destroying. तो it means कि बार आपके अगर आपने किसी भी follow करना है, क्यों follow नहीं कर रहे तो आपको कभी भी बहुत बड़ा लॉस हो सकता है. बिकॉज़ आपकी प्रोसेस ही सारी प्रोसेस ही आपकी एज पर गाइडलाइन या एसओपीज नहीं थी. आपने पहले प्रोडक्ट को फोकस किया और प्रोडक्ट एज पर स्टैंडर्ड नहीं आया, यू हैव टू डिस्ट्रॉय द प्रोडक्ट. रिपोर्ट करने के लिए ना. Here we are only focusing on the process. If a manufacturer is having so many phases, phase 1, it should be the defect. Phase 2, it should be the defect. Phase 3, it should be the defect. Phase 4, it should be the defect. Now I am implying in this medicine plants. Selection of the seed, germ, it should be the defect. I have to select the proper seed, proper site of the cultivation. Proper seed, मेरा raw material should be the proper before cultivation. मुझे cultivation करना है, it should be the proper species. Number 1. मेरे को यहीं पे defect को eliminate करना है. Now the second process, cultivation selection of site. If I will tell कि I have to grow Himalayan plant in the Ghaziabad here, no doubt, here I can grow. Biomass will increase. But I don't say the metabolites or compounds will be better in this product or not. So we have to proper selection of the sites should also be defective. Industry के बगल में मेरे को cultivate नहीं करना, because we have the major role in the secondary metabolites. तो हमारे काम इसमें तो major role है cultivate property का secondary. We are dealing with the health of the people. मैं यहाँ पे लोगों की जिंदगी के साथ लोगों की जिंदगी को बचाने के प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहा हूँ. तो I should not cultivate my product नियर टू द इंडस्ट्रियल लैंड जहाँ पे वेस्ट जाता है, और उस वेस्ट से हैवी मेटल निकल रहा है उस इंडस्ट्री के, एंड माय प्रेडिक्शन साइट इज नियर बाय ऑफ दैट एरिया, तो क्या होगा? तो हैवी मेटल्स मेरे रूट एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे, इट गोस टू द प्लांट एंड इट गोस टू द फिनिश प्रोडक्ट. It should also be defective selection of the site and cultivation process. Now harvesting. My harvest should be in the proper time. ऐसा नहीं कि किसी प्लांट की हार्वेस्टिंग 2 years के बाद होनी है, मेरे को ऑर्डर आया नीचे से किसी मैन्युफैक्चरर से अभी दे दो, तो मैंने उसको अनराइट कंडीशन में ही काट के दिया. तो इट मींस कि क्या है, सेकंड मेटाबोलाइट्स बनने जो कंपाउंड बनने थे वो प्रॉपर नहीं बने. These material goes to the product. Product की efficiency अपने आप कम होगी. Now processing, the cultivation का process proper होना, then storage, then packaging, then transportation, then finished product process. This comes under the part of the manufacture. So जो 1 से लेकर 7 तक these are the process of the cultivation. ये किसी farmers के या traders के part का काम. बहुत हद तक finished product processing को भी है, हमने उसको defective बना दिया, जैसे food manufacturing practices का हो. But 1 to 7, they are not. उसको अभी हम लोगों ने properly नहीं standardize किया हुआ है, not properly follow किया है. Because 1 to 7 is a major. यहीं से किसी product की quality depend करती है. And it should be the continuous process. ऐसा नहीं मैंने one time कर दिया. One time I have made my site defect free. One time I have choose my site defect free. One time I have choose my processing defect free. Now, कुछ में अभी साल में कैसे करना? It is also the continuous process. इसमें we have to do the improvement continuously. Selection of herbal drugs. We will be talking about now. I will come with the herbal drugs. Botanical selection and specification of any herbal drugs comes botanical characteristic features, definition characters, identification, microscopical identification, then phytochemical characters, phytochemical identification test, testing, biological stability test, post-harvest treatment, cultivation, harvest, drying conditions. So these are basically the specification of herbal drugs that is responsible for the identification and overall quality of any herbal drugs. Good agriculture practices, good collection practices. WHO has released the guideline GACP, good agriculture collection practices, or GA, good agriculture practices. But these are not the mandate, these are just for the one. So we have to follow the GACP or GA guidelines. When we have activity, anybody is in class. Even manufacturers will also enforce now to their trader fee. Very good दिखा. जिस भी ट्रेडर से जिस भी फार्मर से प्रक्योर किया हुआ, I want this type of certificate when they have harvested, उसमें सीड कौन सा यूज किया हुआ है, उसमें पैकेजिंग कैसे की हुई है. Now food storage practices also major factor of the quality of business. Setting specification drug controls which we are doing है, हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, standards ही develop करना है. Now quality control. You people are doing the quality control as per our specification. This is overall good sourcing of quality growth. Lead. As a flower asks beginning to open, तब हमें flower. Just before these are fully expanded. Roots. As a area part diagram. The ऊपर का part में हमने तब उन्हें other now part feed from the soil while collecting take care of the limits of the farm matter. Properly collect करना है, properly wash करना है. This should be always to check. This should be the free of farm matter. Remove का part है बहुत सारी soil नहीं use करना. But after a period of damp weather, fruits जब fully ripe हो जाएंगे, gums and resin during dry weather. These are basically the thumb rules for the collection of the plants for the harvest of any medicine. Because here we are not telling about the biomass now. यहाँ पे हमें लौकी या गोभी नहीं चाहिए जिसमें बड़ा फ्लावर आ जाएगा और बड़ा पैसा मिल जाएगा. Here we are talking about the सिमिलर मेटाबॉल. हो सकता है biomass बहुत बड़ा है but उसके अंदर compound. If I am growing the लौकी, if I am growing the vegetable crop, मेरी जितना बड़ा कैरेज होगा उतना ज़्यादा मुझे पैसा मिलेगा. Because here the crop is based on the biomass, the weight. Here the crop is totally based on the second income. Biomass नहीं भी है. If I am having the recovery of 2% of any major compound, it means मेरा जो drug है is very good. Drying, what are the thumb rules of the drying? Drying as soon as possible after collection. Open drying, drying avoid sun drying, obviously avoid करनी leaves of flowers for 20 to 40 degree and balls and roots for 30 to 60 degree and basically to major thumb rule like we have to avoid the sun drying. When we are drying we have to check that उसमें moisture. Now I am showing you this photograph. When picture of a high altitude, the lady is harvesting the Apollina macrophyllum. You can see here. So they are collecting in the plastic bag. Crespo, plastic bag, people don't know when to harvest. Now, that man is chopping the root. After they are chopping, they don't know what should be the piece. Degree length that is much. Now they are drying this on the newspaper. Now they are hanging in the bags. There is no moisture control. Now these products are selling in the open area, the counter. So do you think this is a well? Definitely the process and this is the well process. Manufacturers are making the product of this. ऊपर से पहले आते 60% तक तो इसकी क्वालिटी डिटोरिएट हो रही है. Now this goes to the manufacturers ने product बनाया. They are not adding उसका कोई वो 40% जो loss quality वो डाल नहीं रहा है. This is the you can say the industry how they are storing the. This is the storage. Now I will tell about the quality standards. Quality standard basically classified into three forms. The herbal identity, step, and purity. Of any herbal drug, we have to ensure the identity. So this is the major. Proper species which are mentioned in the pharmacopoeia, mentioned in the Arabic text, we have to follow, we have to use only that species, not any substitute, not any other species. So identity is a major part of any strength and purity. Now, 2 and 3 days, other speakers will discuss about the strength and purity. I will not focus about this. How we ensure the identity of any herbal? This is termed as the pharmacognosy. These are totally deals on the programs. The branch is based on the program. Ordinary identification features, we are following the identification of food drugs. Then microscopic identification we are following, we are doing the anatomical study, we are doing the water microscopy, then we go to the chemical analysis, then physical analysis, all these things. I will only go to the organic statement, macroscope. What are the objectives? To identify the source of the material forming the drug, to determine the morphological nature, to investigate the potency, to advise method of activation, to prevent delay of the process, to state the constant. Constant means suppose drug comes in the body. So what we have to do? The form of the dimension of the piece of the drug. This is the major factor we have to examine. The color of the sample in the bulb, we have to check it. The fracture and texture of the material, order and taste, condition of the sample, and temperature. If we get the drug in the bulb. Here you can see these are the bulk drugs. Basically, bulk drugs में क्या होता है? There are so many organoleptic features of so many organoleptic standards. They have to do. We have to do. Bulk drug है तो धूप से कैसे दिखनी चाहिए, pieces कैसे होनी चाहिए, कलर कैसा होना चाहिए, उसका टेक्सचर कैसा होना चाहिए, तो all these are the standards which we have to do. Now, suppose we are talking about individual drug. What is the origin botanical origin है, what is the history cultivation, what are the characters, order days, what are the constitutive test evaluation, and what are the identity. So these are basically now. Now, I will focus on the identification of the plant. Basically, how we identify any plant. If even manufacturers are getting the plant in organized form, what will allow a plant to become so flower will allow to they can easily identify based on the info sense. हमने first में पढ़ा है इनको BTC family है, Asteraceae family है. They have the plant is also telling about the name of their family. Asteraceae है तो उसका जो है flower होगा, right flower, disflorate of the major feature. So basically half sharp tree है, leaf stem, roots and inflorescence. Inflorescence basically the major part. Here you can see this is the APC family. The major feature is that this is the umbrella type of inflorescence. एक umbrella type का inflorescence होता है. जितने भी इस type के flowers मिलेंगे, you have to ask. these are होता है umbrella. नाम इसका umbrella है, umbrella. Umbrella type का inflorescence है, it is the umbrella. So these are the morphological features of the identification of any plant. Here you can see Asteraceae family, composite type of flower. You are seeing here the flower. This is not a single flower. This is the bunches of flower. इसकी एक flower नहीं है. इसमें बहुत सारे flowers हैं. दो type के flowers हैं. Red flowered and this. जो छोटे से दिख रहे हैं, these are the single flowers. इस type का flower होगा, these are from the family of Asteraceae. But manufacturers are not getting the plant in this office. उनको ऐसे plant नहीं. Now मैं थोड़ा सा exactly जैसे इसलिए बना रहा था. I'm just keeping this leaves. So this is basically the organoleptic identification of any fruit. Manufacturers are getting this leaf like this. This is a Inauguration Session. Here you can see यहाँ पे जो leaf है, ये दोनों टाइप से unequal है, ordinary और figure. You can also see this. यहाँ आपको दिख रहा है. Unequal type है, इसका top and equal type, इसका base है. Basically, organoleptic features are that features which we are identify based on our organs. हम अपनी आँख से, नाक से, टंग से फील करके जिन फीचर्स को फील करते हैं, these are terms are the organoleptic identification. ये जो लीफ आप देख रहे हो, this is a general leaf और उसके एडिटेंट में फर्दर लीफ होगी, लेकिन मैं कहूँ equal and not equal. So you can see here the below are the generally the top leaf also unequal, the base is also unequal. Even manufacturers are getting leaf with this type of feature, with the name of below are the general. So base unequal. So this is the identity. This is not the base unequal. I'm getting the base unequal. Rest leaf है, but थोड़ा this is unequal. So these are the organoleptic features. इन सारे features को we have documented as the quality standards of improvements. The movement morphologically and organoleptically identified. Now again folia. Firstly, कितनी dimension की होगी और drawing कितने dimension की होगी. Now this is also a very good example. Canadian office in Alice. Manufacturers are adapting with this. Canadian office in Alice के बदले they are adapted the dry होने के बाद Canadian office in Alice looks like this, and marigold looks like this. ठीक है. And one another thing is also there the petals. If you will examine the petals, तो जो Canadian office in Alice के petals हैं they are notched. इसके petals में notched है इस तरीके से. और जो डेविड से देखता है इसके पैटर्न है. अगर सूखने के बाद देखिए मैन्युफैक्चरर्स अगर इसका कलर भी जो है मिला देता है, कलर में भी अगर आइडेंटिफाई कर देता है, तो दे कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाई जो इसके टॉप है, जो पैटर्न्स हैं, इधर नॉचेस हैं और यहाँ पे विदाउट एनी नॉच. These are the basically organoleptic identification which any manufacturers are using to identify. And as a quality control person, we are focusing on this type of identification features. जो basic features हैं, जो इसके key features हैं, किसी भी ड्रग को identify करने के लिए based on our negatives. Canadian office is the genuine drug, and that is the Candela form. Manufacturers are doing adaptation of the same drug. So the basic example I'm just showing you. Now I will come to the microscopy. Section study auto microscopy, temporary slides, permanent slides, and auto microscopy. Here you can see the microscopy of lamina. Two different lamina are there. Here you can see the epidermis is not much elongated. Here the upper epidermis is very much elongated. Elongated upper epidermis is more than elongated. आप कोई भी लेवल if you will see, उसको लगेगा वो दोनों किसी से प्लांट से anatomy structure. But the bigger is here, यहाँ पे जो epidermis है, this is elongated, वहाँ पे elongated. So these are basically anatomical identification features जो we have to identify. Here you can see the trichomes, granular type of trichomes, here trichome. This is the leaf of agate margulis. Agate margulis, agate folia, basically बेल का पत्ता होता है. I don't know, have you ever crossed the बेल पत्ता and smell आपने कभी किया नहीं होगा. हमारे गार्डन पे लगा हुआ है. जब गार्डन जाएंगे तो बिल्ली कट एंड क्रश. आपको एक अच्छी सी स्मेल आती है. इसलिए आप लोग ने कभी नहीं किया. उसमें हमें सिट्रस की स्मेल, नींबू की स्मेल. अभी क्यों आती है? सुबह मत बिलोंग करते. रुकिए ना, सिट्रस की ना. It means कि हमारी तरह जैसे I am basically not driving. दूसरा दिन मेरे जो लेके लगता हूँ उतना ही जाऊँ. इसी तरीके से plants को भी इसी तरीके से बनाया है. यहाँ पे आप देखो this is the petioles of agate folia. Agate margulis की leaf है. यहाँ पे you can see oil ducts. उस oil ducts के अंदर आपको oil भी दिखता है. इसी से वो citrus की आपको fragrance मिलती है. If I am having the sample of petioles of agate margulis, if I am not getting this oil ducts, it means the sample is not genuine. इसका मतलब sample genuine नहीं. These are the peculiar features of the identification. Different type of stomata. This is qualitative, quantitative type of anatomy. How many palisade cells in one epidermis cells? What are the melanistate number? What is the stomata index? These are the basically four type of stomatas. This type of stomata is included. This is microscopy of stem. You can see here also the ducts, spherical fibers. These are different type of trichomes. किसी के heads 2 cells हैं, किसी के 6 cells हैं, किसी में head ही नहीं है, किसी चिपका हुआ सा है, sessile trichomes, किसी के heads. तो these are the identification features. हर plant के different features हैं, which we have documented in the pharmacopoeia. Rhizome की microscopy. If I am not getting the starch being in the rhizome, it means कि वो rhizome नहीं. Because rhizome means the underground plant part which is storing the food. अब food हमारी तरह तो plant starch की circle नहीं होगा. If I am not getting the starch beans in the rhizome, it means कि rhizome नहीं. These are the basic features. If I am not getting stomata in the powder of leaf, स्टूडेंट दिखता ही नहीं उसके पाउडर में. सैंपल मेरे पास आया स्टूडेंट ही. It means that this is not the powder of leaf because stomata should be present anyhow in the powder of leaf. सुना ही है चाहे कुछ हो. These are some examples of the calcium oxalate crystals. किसी में से rosette crystals होंगे, किसी में से prismatic crystals होंगे. I will not cover this TLC identification. These are the purity methods. These are the strength. Now coming to details. Let's focus on now quality specification. What are the basic quality specifications which we are having for the identification of any group? There are two types of basic quality standard. One is a regulatory quality specification. This is regulatory, mandatory quality specification. And another is a non-regulatory quality specification. जो कि mandatory नहीं है, but we can use as a reference to maintain our quality. What are the regulatory quality specifications? These are the pharmacopoeia. Pharmacopoeia many countries. These are regulatory quality specifications. For India, we are having manufacturing of a drug, which quality and purity meet precise guidelines. Or in other words, they set norms of pattern that is what precisely the pharmacopoeia is. Basically, we are having Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia of India, Unani pharmacopoeia of India, Siddha pharmacopoeia of India, homeopathic pharmacopoeia of India, Indian pharmacopoeia. These five pharmacopoeia which are we are having for the herbal drugs. Basically, plant drugs we are having this type of five pharmacopoeia. For Ayurveda, we are following the Ayurvedic, Unani, we are following the Unani, Siddha, homeopathic, Indian pharmacopoeia. These are the other pharmacopoeia, other countries' pharmacopoeia. If any herbal substance which are not comes under the any pharmacopoeia, Ayurveda, Siddha, nothing, but manufacturers are making the drug. So they can follow this food standard, food safety and standards. Chapter 2 food product standard substance. Suppose घी के हमारे पास कोई भी standards नहीं है, घी के या सेहत के नहीं है. So they can use these standards also. What are the non-regulatory specifications? These are the ICMR books, quality standards for Indian medicine plant. Manufacturers can use these standards to maintain their quality, to identify their plant material. We are having Indian Herbal Pharmacopoeia, the joint publication of the RL Jammu and IDMA. They can use this document as a, but these are not regulated. These are only to maintain their quality. Quality assessment of selected Indian medicine plants. 10 monograms are also given. Natural remedies are in this document. WHO monograph is also itself 4 monographs for herbal drugs. These standards can also be some research publications, some articles in there, abstracts, textbook of the pharmacology, Dravya. This is the microscopical profile of the powder drug. So basically, these are the regulatory standards and non-regulatory standards. So the major thing is that the quality has to be ensured by the manufacturers with their own efforts. So now I will conclude my lecture with this because to be frank, I am from the government side. मुझे रोटी रोटी प्लांट ही देता है. If suppose प्लांट नहीं होंगे तो मैं घर नहीं चलेगा. So being a quality inspectors and quality persons, we have to be ensure that we our environment protected because we are dealing in the herbal drugs. Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy. जितनी drugs हैं, the raw drugs coming from the ground, जमीन से निकल के आए. Either from the cultivation, either from the cultivation. It is our prime responsibility to protect our environment. We have to be following the sustainable harvesting, sustainable production, sustainable cultivation. ऐसा नहीं कि exotic crop को यहाँ पे लगाते हैं biodiversity को बनाते हैं. Everything should be the sustainable line. That's why think green. Thank you.
We have enjoyed this session. This is an interactive session. So thank you, Dr. Lalit, sharing the knowledge regarding the herbal drugs. And he has started his lecture from collection to how it is collected, what is the source, how it is distributed, how it reaches to the users, and what about the prices, and from the that is from what is increased from this, then about the cultivated plants, about the soil selection, and what are the advantages medications has covered, all the topics, that is quality control and quality assurance, and basically the how to identify the raw drugs in the lab. Whatever the sample we get, how we have to identify it, then from the pharmacology section after the identification it goes to the chemistry department for the quality control test. From the chemistry department it goes to the microbiology department. Then only the quality of the product or quality of the raw material is standardized and it is in the form of monographs, published in the form of monographs. So this was the today's session was all about the pharmacology section. Now we go to the garden, we go to the medicine plant garden here. In the pocket one is also there for the homeopathic drugs which are totally exotic in nature, homeopathic drugs. Dr. Ravi will show you about the pocket plant. And you can go to the pocket two where we are going the basic drugs which are used in the Ayurveda sector. Then we go to the lab for the practical session. After the lunch also we will continue that. Okay, so this was a session. Thank you very much. Take rest for 5 minutes and go. We'll go to the lab.
सेव छोड़ सकते हैं हाँ हाँ सेव सेव
So any query you can ask to the practical session.
बंद कर दो बंद कर देते हैं ब्रॉडकास्ट हाँ तो कुछ नहीं